ambulance afgelewer wat die mense van Namakwa streek sal bedien. Die departement het 49 ambulances gekoop en 10 pasiëntvoertuie gekoop. As pasiënt-passasiersvoertuie gekoop. So goed sal verbeter en vernaam hier in Namakwa. Ek wil ook die gemeenskap aanmoedig om probleme of ontevredenheid oor ambulansdienste onder die aandag van die departement van gesondheid te bring. Daar word wet bespiegel dat hierdie dienste nou eers gelewer word omdat provinsiale staatsrede nou hier plaasvind. Maar ek kan u verseker dat dit nie die geval is nie. Elke dag, maandag tot vrydag, ontvang kinders onderrig in ons skole. Elke dag word gesondheidsdienste gelewer in die streek. Elke maand op die regte tyd en plek ontvang mense hulle se maandlikste toelaag sonder om enige een van ons te herinner dat dit tyd is daarvoor nie. Elke dag het ons munisipale en ander staatsdienste in ons gemeenskap en elke dag voorsien hierdie regering vervoer en ten minste een voedsame maaltyd aan ons leerlinge. Dames en here, die provinsiale regering is deeglik bewus van die waternood as gevolg van die droogte in die Handam district. Die lae reënval in die district het 'n negatiewe impak op die munisipaliteit se kapasiteit om water te voorsien. Die regering gee aandag aan hierdie probleem en ek kan vandag met trots aankondig dat 'n projek van ongeveer 180 miljoen rand die probleem van waterbeperking hok sal slaan. Met die opgradering en beligging kom ook baie werksgeleenthede wat die mense van die Handamstreek sal bevorder. Ek wil dan namens die provinsiale regering en wetgewer ons dank uitspreek aan die gemeenskap van Calvinia en die omliggende dorpe vir julle vriendelikheid waarmee hierdie verrigtinge vandag kan geskied. Ladies and gentlemen, this year marks a decade since the passing of the father of the post-apartheid democracy, former President Nelson Mandela in 2013. He was this iconic leader who ratified our country's first democratic constitution that gave birth to the new South Africa. That historic signature brought with it a constitutional pledge for a democratic, non-racial, non-sexist, and prosperous South Africa. It is therefore appropriate that the world leaders at the Nelson Mandela Peace Summit declared 2019 to 2028 as the Nelson Mandela Decade of Peace. We recall the sacrifice of our struggle heroes such as Chief Albert Luthuli, Oliver Tambo, Nelson Mandela, Winnie Mandela, Charlotte Maxeke, Sophie de Bruyn, Brian Hermanas, and many other heroes and martyrs of our struggle. The theme for this State of the Province address is building a provincial roadmap for decisive action through resilience, hard work, and progress. Standing before you today, in my capacity as the Premier, I have responsibility to reflect on the state of the province. It is clear from the SONA 2023 and other policy documents that the execution of our priority service delivery areas for 2023 are, let me just mention them, energy security, climate change, and a just transition. Number 2 is fighting poverty, unemployment, and inequality. And number 3, it's infrastructure development. And number 4, it's fighting crime and corruption. Number 6, it's skills development, localization, and investment. In the State of the Nation address this year, the President, His Excellency, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, raised the importance of social compacting of our priority areas. Each one of us in the province has an important role to play in achieving the objectives stated above for a better life for all. Madam Speaker, little did I know that soon after my inaugural address in 2019, that COVID-19 would be sweeping across the globe, the country, and every corner of our province, where the poorest of the poor were left the most vulnerable. Honorable members, as you know, we had to reprioritize a huge portion of our budget to support the most vulnerable of our communities. COVID-19 rushed all of us into a new digital era, which required new systems and structures such as e-health, e-education, and e-government. We did not let a crisis go to waste. Honorable members, 3 years back, we made a commitment to drive the modernization program in the province. Last year, we stated how access to World Wide Web can enhance the provision of government services, including e-health, e-education, and e-government. At that time, we started the development of a provincial broadband strategy. I am now happy to report that our broadband strategy will be in full swing through its prioritized building blocks for implementation starting on the 1st of April 2023. We know that a provincial broadband network is a digital highway. In the past year, we had significant investment in broadband infrastructure deployed by both Vodacom and MTN. Madam Speaker, Vodacom Central Region has invested 230 million rand in our province this financial year to expand the broadband coverage in deep rural areas, upgrading base station sites and network resilience. Madam Speaker and honorable members, MTN also built 5 new connectivity sites for the Northern Cape. This year, MTN is planning to build 25 new connectivity sites and modernize 48 sites in our province at an estimated cost of 180 million. Madam Speaker and honorable members, in total, Vodacom and MTN will invest about 410 million rand this financial year in our province. These investments will ensure connectivity for all and drive inclusive digital access in the province. Connectivity and inclusive digital access are the central pillars for modernization of our province. Madam Speaker, SA Connect project will implement 1,599 sites for phase 2 over the next 3 years in clinics and schools in our province. This will expand access to internet services and improve the efficiency of public services. These initiatives lay bare the ground for much complex domain of the 4th industrial revolution, such as artificial intelligence. One of the objectives, one of the pillars of this 6th administration that we mentioned in 2019, we said we must modernize the Northern Cape if we want to derive the full benefits of the 4th industrial revolution. We can't speak of the 4th industrial revolution if people of the Northern Cape do not have simple access to internet and network. So these are massive investments to ensure that doesn't matter where you are located in this province, deep rural areas like Yenensvlei, you must have seamless access to internet, seamless access to network, and be able to interact with the world. Madam Speaker and honorable members, our project for a digital Tusong Service Center model app has been conceptualized. This app will take government services to your cell phone. We are quite excited to start the development of this app. The Office of the Premier, together with the Center for Public Service Innovation, is driving this initiative. I am happy to announce that the appointment of software developers at the CPSI is at a final stage. Honorable members, as part of modernizing the province and our education sector, the plans on the expansion of broadband connectivity is on track. All public, ordinary, and special needs education schools are provided with routers and receive 3 gigabytes of data on a monthly basis to facilitate their connectivity for administration. This remains a temporary measure, given the fact that connectivity at schools is not only needed for administration purposes, but more so for teaching and learning. In view of Cabinet approval of the revised model of South Africa Connect, Phase 2, and its implementation, the department has been engaging different role players to ensure that all Northern Cape public schools are connected during this second phase of SA Connect. It should be noted that government investment of the grade 12 education tablets is part of rolling out our e-learning support strategy for this year. These tablets are loaded with EduKite software, which can be accessed anytime, anytime and free of data costs. More intensive support will be provided to schools in line with the whole school development approach, which will focus on school management development, teacher development, infrastructure support, and parental involvement. These are some of the critical pillars needed to improve learner outcomes and school performance. Ladies and gentlemen, and honorable speaker, indeed, the fourth industrial revolution is transforming the provision of health services and medicine. These scientific and technological advances promise to yield a breakthrough diagnosis and therapies, including precision medicine and medical cures. These technologies, advancement will transform public health. The implementation of phase 2 of our digital patient record system will continue in 2023 with the digitization of the existing files in selected facilities. Honorable Speaker, the implementation of improved systems as well as IT systems and connectivity has also contributed to the implementation of the Bokamoso digital health strategy. This enabled John Taolo region to improve connectivity in facilities from 30% to around 70%. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, the implementation of the digital call centers for EMS in partnership with Vodacom in Uppington and Kimberley has seen drastic increase in the number of calls from an average of 3,000 calls to 10,000 calls per month. We also note the improvement from 45% to 85% in the management of calls for ambulances. I just want to explain this point. From every 100 calls calling for ambulance response, 85 of those people got ambulances. I'm certain this is the highest in the country. which is an improvement from 45% to 85%. So if 100 people phone now requesting for ambulances, 85 of the 100 will get ambulances. That's a major achievement in improving quality of public health. Honorable Speaker, government in conjunction with the World Health Organization has established the Health Informatics Unit and the Provincial Health Emergency Operations Center. This will help to improve health management data analysis, planning, emergency, and disaster response. The official launch will be on the 23rd of March 2023. This will be the first of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa, not only in South Africa, but in sub-Saharan Africa. First of its kind in the Northern Cape. Madam Speaker, according to Stats SA, quarterly labor force survey for quarter 4 2022, 12,000 jobs were gained between the third quarter and the fourth quarter of 2022. The total number of persons employed now in the province is 336,000, highest number of employed people in the Northern Cape. In the history of the Northern Cape, there's never been 336,000 people employed. It's for the first time. Accordingly, the number of unemployed persons in the Northern Cape decreased by 116,000 to 95,000. The above changes in employment and unemployment in the province resulted in the official unemployment rate decreasing by 4.3 percentage points from 26.4% in the third quarter to 22.1% in the first quarter of 2022. Honorable Speaker, these are the lowest unemployment figures in the province in 14 years and directly correlates to the more than 25% increase in our gross domestic product per region, from 96 billion in 2019 to 124 billion in 2022. I just have to explain this point again. In terms of official unemployment, the province has got the lowest in the country. Lowest in the country. For 2022, we managed to beat the Western Cape, which used to have the lowest unemployment in 3 quarters of 2022. In 3 quarters of 2022. So we've got unemployment figures in the province. Unemployment figures in the province which we last had 14 years back. Honorable members, now we have the lowest official unemployment rate in the country. The expanded unemployment rate is also on the decrease by 1.9 percentage points to 44%. The unemployment rate by sex or gender in the Northern Cape shows that female unemployment rate is lower than the male unemployment rate. This is the only province in the country where female unemployment rate is lower than that of males. So daar's geen ander provinsie in die land. In al die ander provinsies, daar's meer vroumense wat werkloos is as mans. In die Noord-Kaap, daar's meer vroumense wat werk as mans. Nowhere else in the country, only here in the Northern Cape. Honorable members, it is also worth noting that the province has the lowest unemployment rate amongst the youth at 30.1%.